Now it is the lesson about Unit 4, and also I will talk about Unit 5 a little bit. So you can see the topics of Unit 4 are about taking rooms reservation and giving room information. So now we are here at the pre-arrival stage. I hope you can remember that. Hopefully, you can remember that. So before the stay or before checking in, for sure, as you know, as a hotel customer, hotel guest, in a big hotel, it is impossible to get the availabilities or the vacancy without making a reservation. And I have just mentioned about the word take because from now on, you are hotel staff. So taking room reservation and giving room information to guests. Okay, let's start from taking a room reservation. From this page, from page 25 until the end of the unit. They are all about language practice. So if you look through Unit 4, you can see they are all conversation. The first two pages, if I'm not wrong, they are the examples of taking reservation on a call. So I know you can read it. So you can learn some expressions from the conversation here. The vocabulary is not too complicated, you can see. And the structure is not too difficult and complicated for you, I am sure. But one thing that we as a hospitality industry staff need to concern is about using the structure formal content. So formality and politeness are the main thing for using language as a tool. Even in Chinese, even in Thai, even in Korean, for other languages, and also in English, we have level of language. We talk with friends, we talk with teachers, we talk with the prime minister, royal family. We do have different pattern which shows formality and politeness. Same as hospitality industry context. So as you can see, there is the word sir. This is for male, right? Male customer. But for female customer, we use the word what? We use the word what? Start with M. Madam, right? Madam. for female guests. So when you talk with a male guest, you can add sir and then it becomes more polite. Then you add madam when you talk to a female guest. Okay. Then the word would like, would like. And this is from a customer. So you can see not only the staff need to use a polite structure, client or customer as well. Okay. And not only for the formality and politeness, there is also the pattern, sentence pattern, which you can apply those patterns in a different situation. For example, you look at this sentence. How long do you plan to stay? Huh? How long do you plan to stay? You would like to know how many days, right? But you cannot say, how many days will you stay? That is not polite. I mean, it is not beautiful. Hmm. Or you can also ask, how long will you be staying? Hmm. Using what kind of structure? Which tense will be staying? Future continuous will be staying. Future continuous. Not only asking for how many days, it can be asking for what time will you be arriving? What time will you be arriving? Actually, what does it mean? When will you arrive? Isn't it? When will you arrive? But to be more formal, the structure of future continuous is used here. Future continuous. So you can see the pattern is applied into many different situations. But pattern is from basically from what? From the sentence structure. Now, sentence structure. So it means that structure means what? Means grammar. So you may think, oh, it's easy, it's boring. But the difficulty is what? Is you have to think about the sentences. you have to think about the words that you use in the sentence to be formal and polite. Quiz, examination from now on, or even exercises, activities, or practices. You have to think about the sentence, the appropriate one in the different situation. So you learn from the examples here, and then you have to make it up your own. It's not easy, but it is not difficult. If you have grammatical structure, basic one, very simple, nah? It is not complex or compound. So you have to read more from the sample conversations given. Okay, so three keywords: formality and politeness, patterns, and then structures. Three things for using English in hospitality industry context. Okay, so in your book, you can see there are some examples and practices. And I will not spend much time on that because you can read, you can understand by yourself because it is not that difficult. Okay, so classwork, page 26 to 27. Oh, one more, sorry, 28. Page 26 and 7, easy for you. Why? Since there are multiple choices for you to choose. So it means you learn from that. And then 28. Page 28 is harder. Why it is harder? Because you have to think about the answer, the question. You have to think about the sentence structure by yourself. And this is kind of midterm, final, and also quiz or exercise as well. You are given the dialogue and you have to complete it by making your own sentence. And the sentence must be relevant. What does it mean relevant? It must be the same thing, linked from one to another, from the previous sentence to the next sentence, which means you have to get the content and then content means you create or you make your own sentence, but in the right context or content. And then next one, you have to think about formality and politeness. Number 3, is structure, pattern. Uh-huh. Okay, so let me help you. Okay, for dialogue number two. Dialogue number two, the client calls to request information and you have to respond to his questions. I'm interested in getting some information about hotel accommodations for some friends coming from England. This is customer, right? Guest. But he asks for hotel information for his friend. And then you have to use your imagination. This is your dream, imagination. So now you are a hotel staff, a reservation clerk answering a call. So what should be right here? After you pick up a call, what should be the first sentence that you have to speak to guests? Hmm. So it should be the first thing. What? Good morning, good evening, whenever. So you have to think about it. No wrong answer if you answer like evening, because who knows, right? Guests might call at 7 p.m. So you have to create, you have to imagine. Good evening, good morning. I'm sorry, it might not be clear now. Good evening, good morning. And then what? How can I help you? A male or a female? A male or a female? Do you know that? No. So you can just imagine. So no, sir, sir or madam are acceptable in this dialogue. I was wondering if it would be cheaper for four people to get two double rooms or to get a two-room suite. So this is the question. He needs to know. Okay, so first of all, you have to understand the dialogue, the content, the context first. So, four people. You also need reading skills. Four people to get main idea. And then question is two double rooms or two-room suite. This is choice A, question A, and then B. A means two room, but B only one room. Only one room, but which type of room? Two-room suite. So it means that the big room and there are two bedroom for two-room suite. And he would like to know which one is cheaper. If you don't understand this sentence, you may not get the wrong sentence or wrong. You may get the wrong sentence. You may get the wrong answer or question for the next number here. So reading skill. So, what should be the correct sentence? What should be the answer? And then you have to look at it here. He's the clerk. Um, sorry. How much would a two-room suite without meals cost? So you have to continue thinking about it. Imagine, use your imagination. Clerk say, how much would a two-room suite without meals cost? So you have to assume that here he mentioned about two-room suite with meal. But the client would like to know two-room suite, same type that a reservation clerk suggested, but without meals. So I recommend you a two-room suite, but you have to include what? Include cost with meal, because this sentence is completely different, because he asks for, and what about the two-room suite without meal? But you provide the information, two-room suite with meal and price. It is room rate, room price. You imagine that again. No right, no wrong answer, but it must be appropriate based on the content นะคะ so it's 3,500 THB. If you prefer pounds, you prefer US dollars or yuan or whatever, you can do. No worry. And no worry about price. It's 3,500 baht. Includes, it can be breakfast. Okay. I recommend you a two-room suite. It's 3,500 baht, includes breakfast. You have to provide all information as a hotel staff. Do not just let guests ask you question by question. So it means that you have to keep your dialogue long and cover all information as much as possible. So next one, how much for two-room suite without meal? So from 3,500 includes meal. So it must be cheaper, right? It can be it's 3,000. It's impossible. I'm sorry. two-room suite. Actually, it must be like 8,000. Okay, let me change my mind. Ah, okay. So it is 6,000 baht without meal, sir. Ah. But by the way, have you got a sauna bath in your hotel? Mm. Have you got? Have you got? This is a question. This is yes, no question. Okay. But what should be the answer, yes or no, or both? So you have to look at the next sentence here. I'll talk to my friends and let you know. I'll talk to my friends and let you know. So it means that the client does not expect have or have no sauna bath. So the answer can be both. Yes, we have sauna bath and also massage services in our hotel. Or you can say no. I'm afraid, but avoiding saying no. Please avoid saying no. Instead of saying no, you have to say am afraid. We do not have sauna bath service. But when every time that you say no, you have to say but we have some other thing. Understand that? It means that you have to offer. Now you have to offer another thing when there is no services provided in the service in the hotel. This is a must. If you say no and then that's it, it is wrong. So you have to say when you say no, you have to say another thing. So you can say yes, we do, and we also have, or I'm afraid we don't have, but we have. Yes, we do. And dot dot dot. So you have to think about it. I'll talk to my friends and let you know. Ah. Then reservation says, remember that this situation, the client calls the hotel in order to get the information for his friends, right? No problem, sir. Mm. I'll talk to my friends and let you know. You can think about no problem, sir. Thank you. Goodbye. No problem, sir. Oops. We look forward to hearing from you. Pattern 2 plus verb ing when we use look forward to. Now this is pattern. Thank you, goodbye. And you have to say have a nice day. Oh, sorry. Goodbye. Uh-huh. I'll talk to my friends and let you know. No problem, sir. Thank you for calling. You can add. Thank you for calling. Huh? So you can say you have to spend time working on this. Use your imagination and think about what? Think about content, the story. And also you have to think about formality, politeness, and structure. Okay? So you have to pay attention on making a conversation. And how can you create or how can you make a sentence? Read, read, and read. From where? From here, some examples from exercises and also from the end of the chapter of the unit here. From page 32, 34, at the end of the unit. Glossary of vocabulary, useful expressions, vocabulary, expression for client, and expression for clerk, reservation clerks or receptionist, operator or staff. And they are separated clearly for you in a different situation. So those are very useful for you. Okay. So please work on the classwork and submit it in class. For section 5, you have class at 8 to 11. So finish it by 11 o'clock Thursday. 16. Section 5. Section 4, you have to finish it 17th September by 3 p.m. And one more for weekend program. Weekend class, you have to submit it on Saturday, today, the date that you are having class right now. Now you are having class at 19 September by 11 a.m. Microsoft Teams. Okay, so this is classwork. enjoy it